Welcome back to Blades in the Dark. We have two long projects, our train permit and the train overgrowth done. Let us hop back into the Discord and see what our three scoundrels have planned for this week.
Hello.
Hello.
Alrighty, friends. Dost thou remember what we did last time?
I
No.
went to a party.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, you were praising me for doing a good job.
Ogre poisoned people.
No,
I
I
got
don't know what
poisoned.
you're talking about.
And on top of that, you guys finished both your ability to push forward with your train permit, and we have mostly cleared out whatever is in the train. I think you said this was going to be the technology for you putting yourself in the train?
Yeah,
Oh.
Train lich.
so I can be the train forever.
We'll just rename it to Train Lich.
Lich. Perfect.
Ogre the tank engine.
Precisely.
That's what you needed in your life, right?
Definitely.
And with that, which avenue do we decide to pursue this week?
We're not anywhere near leveling up, are we? No.
Leveling up the crew?
Yeah.
Well, you'll probably have it leveled, depending on what you guys do this mission.
Didn't we have a plan?
I told you guys from last time that once the reason I kept them full, once the train overgrowth and train permit are completed, you guys can choose to pursue either of those to basically finish off whatever that is. So you can go down that route, but you guys know that the overgrowth has been cleared, but your rovers came back and said, yeah, there's some more shit down there that we're not equipped to take care of.
What kind of shit?
Well, I'll say they gave you the information of there was something crawling around down there that they didn't want to tackle. It was more than just the plants, so they pieced out.
I kind of want to do the train permit, but we also need to check what's still there because it could get in the way. Because if we're going to pursue okay, hang on. Are we pursuing the train permit or more pursuing of acquiring the train platform?
You need to do both. And like I said, I'm not going to be like, pick one and the other one disappears, because that's not fair. So, you pick whenever you want to do them. If there's a time limit on something, I will let you know.
Let's check that problem first. The permit is slow anyway.
We also still need to find an actual train, I believe. Because currently we have carts.
Oh, that is a good point.
But I think we left that for the scavengers, didn't we?
Yes, that's definitely
Like,
something they're working
Bring
on.
back parts and we can make a train eventually.
Correct. So whenever this thing fills to full, you tell me basically, do you want parts or do you want 2 coin?
I'm sure there's like a defunct train around here somewhere. We just need parts to rebuild it.
Yeah.
We need the bones.
Hopefully we have the bonus. We just need the organs.
Well, that's the
Solid
parts.
flesh.
So don't we need the bones first? There's no way the scavenge crew is going to bring back the
No.
whole part
But I'm
list.
sure there's like a defunct train somewhere in this town. Like we have
Yeah.
a train station that's dilapidated. Well, not
Yeah.
dilapidated actually.
That's what I mean. We need the bones.
Yeah. Essentially, whatever you guys do here will lead
We
to
might
your
just be able
train
to
being
buy that, honestly.
part of that could be you were rubbing elbows with, I forgot his name. Give me 1 second.
How
It
dare.
was in Brightstone, I believe. Yes, Roland Watt.
Yeah.
So you guys do know that rubbing elbows with him could very much help you, as he is indeed interested in whatever you guys are trying to pursue, so he could very much help with that. The other crews, of course, could help with that.
I kind of figure he'd be more willing to help if we did most of it ourselves.
Probably.
Does that make sense?
Like we
Yeah.
only really need him for the ownership of the platforms, right? Because he's
Yeah.
the land developer there.
Yeah.
Because
So let's say
obviously-
we have a train and we roll up to a platform and we go like, we want this station. Give it to us. And
Yeah,
this train.
Obviously, you can't just getting a train down on a defunct track is borderline impossible because obviously it was defunct. And if you guys just take over,
Oh, were we going to clean up the connecting tracks or no?
this is all that.
Effectively, we've already done that to a degree.
Okay.
Correct.
We
Yeah.
just need to clean up the last bits, basically.
Right. So basically the grunt work was done by your rovers. They went down and they cleaned up all the under overgrowth, all that extra nonsense. So they cleaned that. That's finished. The next part is, like I said, you guys can send them down there. I'm going to roll, and if they die, they die, and that's it. They're actually gone. Or you guys do
Oh.
it yourselves.
Then we'd better go down there with them.
Yeah. So you can very much have them go do things. The reason they came back is it's not in their favor. They might succeed if they're lucky, but
Oh, okay. If they express concerns, then yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Also, I see why you asked about the train permit because I filled it up, didn't I?
correct. Both of these
Yes,
are filled
we
up.
needed 2 of them, I believe, right?
Probably 2. It really depends on. So it'll probably go from train permit 1, train permit 2, and then if you guys decide to go down an avenue of like, hey, we want train parts though, and you go speak with people that are maybe they're doing the same thing you guys are. They're sitting in a defunct caboose or something, and you want it from them. Maybe the next mission could be, hey, do this, and rather than it being a long-term project, you just the score is just here's your caboose, basically. The other one could be very much like, hey, here's this. So
I was gonna basically use a Mancio to expand the fronts that I built, basically.
Oh, your
Like
little
the
mini front?
The shell company, basically, make that part legit and put like a background to it for us to use. So it's actually facing forward. It actually looks legitimate and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Right, Amancio, go.
I choose you.
Away.
Yeah, I mean, he was already impromptu leader of the place anyway, so.
Exactly, yeah. So he's just taking care of it more for you. So you guys basically want to go check the undergrowth.
Yes.
Okay. I'll say this. They came back very shaken and jarred. Your rovers. Yes. So, Mr. Gather Information Desmond, I will have you roll this, and the gather information will be just from them, whether or not they are fit to speak on it or not.
All right.
I was trying to think, how do you even roll for this? Because you guys already have the information. You already know where it is.
Yeah, I guess.
It's not really relevant, but we'll basically use this as maybe some extra information.
Can I use my womanly charm to calm them down a bit?
I'm not sure if you can like assist somebody in a gather information roll, but you're more than welcome to.
Would they be calmed down by the nut stabber?
You just make it worse.
But what? What?
You have a reputation in the game.
Oh, fine.
I already have a +1 on it anyway for my passive ability, so it's 5 dice. Can still come back, but you know. Anything else? Controls, risky, whatever.
Nope. So gather information is just a flat roll. There's no position or outcome.
Okay.
The outcome is literally, if you guys look at the notes, it's in screen 1. Gather information is literally 1 to 3, 4 to 6, or crit. So a 4, 5, and 6 are all the same result. Gather information is very straightforward. Basically, this means you get good details and you do get following up questions. Basically meaning, Desmond, besides them panicking and saying there was something down there, is all they told you, Desmond. You are able to kind of calm them, and Kim, and basically say, what was it? So you can ask me questions, and now I'm the rovers. And if you have any specific questions, I can try to answer them the best of their ability.
Are we talking plants, dead or alive?
The few that came back kind of look at each other and go, no, we burned away the plants. It was something else moving around down there.
Can you tell us anything about what you saw?
It's stuck close to the walls and close to the shadows. It was difficult to make out, but it had multiple spindly legs, and well, it almost got one of us, but we were able to move in time. At least it didn't kill any of us. I guess it's a good thing we didn't bring too many people. Might have been distracted. But, well, before it struck, we saw 5 glowing orange lights in the dark. Then after that, we were not sticking around. We just ran.
Is there any, like, sticky rope on the floor or the ceiling or the wall?
Not that we saw, but...
Did it have a big bulbous butt?
I just saw the legs. I didn't. I wasn't looking at its butt. But
this
if you
is a giant spider husband, you're dead.
If you want, you can ask Welker. He was not really bitten by it, but got closest to it, and he kind of waved and says, "Yeah." I mean, he's looking at his like clothes, kind of readjusts himself a little bit, and you see some like sticky substance and some like a burn on his shirt. And he kind of points to that and says, "What, like this, Kim?"
Yeah.
He tries to pull it off, and it's both sticky and spindly at the same time.
Oh.
He makes the same face. Whatever noise you just made is now.
How's his burn look?
So whatever it was burnt clean through the leather, but didn't touch his skin.
Is that luck?
Probably, yeah.
All right. It didn't get you anywhere else, right? Because that went right through your leather.
He's looking at it now like, oh shit. And he pulls his shirt up and he's checking the skin. It's like, it's smooth, flat, no burns, no issues. He's like rubbing it like, okay, it's all there. Hair's there. Okay, we're fine. He says, no, that was it.
All right, great. Okay, we can't get the stuff off his shirt, right?
You can, it's just very sticky. It doesn't burn to touch. He touched it with his bare hands, so kind of not thinking.
I will tug as much off as I can. try not to get my hands all caught up in it. And hey, ogre, what is this? Please don't tell me it's a giant spider.
Huh?
Ogre, come on. You're the scientist.
Huh?
Is he?
What's that?
It was stuck to this guy's shirt. It looks like spider webs.
Probably spider webs then.
I mean, I can roll study for it, I guess.
Other
Same.
question. Would there be any traces of the acid that burned the guy's shirt? Like on the edges?
The shirt's guy, yeah.
Shush you.
It looks as if it all dried up.
So no traces at all? Okay.
No traces at all. Not that you can say.
We kind of need to go in there with protections in mind, or we're going to get burned alive.
I'm sure you have something lying around we can use.
Oh, no. Come on, Ogre. Do some
Also,
research.
I guess it's time for Ogre to use his big gun.
Yeah,
My
Ogre,
big gun.
come on.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Do spiders have ghosts? Please tell me yes.
Do spiders have ghosts?
I mean, I'm half expecting this thing to be a ghost. Or a demon.
Oh, it could totally be
Or
a
both.
demon.
A demon ghost.
I mean, come on. I
um,
can totally imagine Ogre having a demon pet
I mean,
ghost.
in that case, we can go ahead and ask the Deathland Scavengers if they've ever seen like a spider demon.
That is a good idea.
I will say you guys are able to, maybe during some of the downtime, contact Richter. And sort of looking at it, going by the description that you guys feed to him, he kind of thinks for a second and says, well, if it's a spider. So these 5 lights?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there is something we call a 5-eye. Sure you can guess why.
Yep.
Well, sounds like you have experience.
Yes,
He
please.
smiles and nods and says, yeah, sometimes these things are creeping around the Deathlands. It is, oddly, 5-eyed, sorry, Kim, spider.
And what's it do? And why is it here in our tunnels?
I mean, these
Honestly,
beasts
that's a good question. How did it get in?
tend to sneak into Duskfall occasionally,
Oh.
especially underground locations.
Is there a way to ward them away?
Yeah, you kill them.
Oh.
No,
I mean,
good.
They don't like fire, which is something. Obviously,
Okay.
no animal likes fire. Well, and he kind of thinks to himself,
Okay, we'll discuss that later.
to be clear, though, this is definitely more of a beast rather than a ghost or a demon of that sort. So,
Does it have a ghost?
when it dies, I mean, maybe not one I've seen. I have indeed dispatched a few. They are somewhat deadly. They tend to hide and, well, jump out at the last possible second. Your guys are lucky to be alive.
I can imagine.
If you know it's there, though, things a bit easier.
I assume there's nothing valuable you can get from them. Aside from death.
I
Well,
don't think that's valuable.
no, not really. I mean, to some, maybe. But, as per usual, it's poison, if extracted properly, is poison. You have need of that. And the web can be a little, well, we found some use for it. I don't really think we're too crazy on, but it can be useful. It's the problem is it doesn't stick to them, and it does stick to us. Hard to utilize, of course.
No, I can see that.
They usually use it to, build their burrows. If I venture to guess, they probably have okay, well, when I say nest, I've not been down there, but probably a small nest. Otherwise, your friends would be dead.
All right. So, what's your techniques to kill them?
Stay on your toes. Be prepared. Weapons drawn.
Straight old guns? Knives?
Guns, knives, they are, like I mentioned, they're just beasts. They bleed, they die.
All right. How do you protect yourself from the acid?
Layers of clothing.
Yeah, we can get that.
Basically, just be prepared.
Is there any way to track them?
They're hunters, so if you can maybe trick them into jumping out early, or, I don't know, trigger them before you're actually, in range to be eaten, that works. Sometimes we use, animals.
I was just going to say, psst, ogre! You got some rats at the ready?
Yeah, we cut a We cut a rat once, so that worked. They don't always fall for it, but sometimes.
Do they tend to roam or are they territorial?
Very territorial. They will bunker down and not move.
Well, that's a good thing. At least we know where it is.
Indeed. They will wait for prey to come down and, well, come down. Up top, they'll wait for prey to come across. Jump up, grab you, pull you into the burrow, and consume you.
Sounds like fun.
No, it's absolutely horrible.
Reminds me of these huntsman spiders I once found. Or red eye.
It nods.
Don't worry, Kim. I'll have the bottle ready.
Okay.
Yep, other than that, just bring whatever weaponry you can. Should be fine.
I'm going to need some longer knives.
Taking the big gun.
He smiles at that.
Yeah. I guess we're gonna go hunting this week.
All right, well, good luck.
Thanks for all the helpful advice.
Alrighty. He nods at that, and I believe this one was in Brightstone, correct?
Yeah.
Like, I definitely want to prepare some stuff before we go there.
Indeed. So are there any weapons or items or things you guys have not brought before that you wish to bring this time?
Well, I guess we're going in heavy. Because we are
Yeah.
in an area where it doesn't matter anyway, so
This is very true.
Yeah.
multiple layers of clothing. Like, do we have anything that can potentially protect us even better than just normal clothing, I guess?
Not to my knowledge, since that's not normally a thing, because obviously that'd be like special armor and whatnot, I will just say that if there is an acid attack, we'll roll tier, and I'll be very generous with, that whole shtick. But for the first couple, if it does just shoot acid and you guys stay at range, then I'll say just, you know it's coming. So unless you roll horribly unlucky, you'll be fine.
And also, since he apparently doesn't like spiders and he lives in a hole, Molotov cocktails or fire bombs or something. I'm sure we can get some of those, right?
Theoretically. I mean, do you guys have anything on you or no?
No.
Technically, of course, the most downtimes are, acquire an asset and things of that nature. But, okay, so if you guys want to acquire an asset that is like a bomb or something of that nature, and it's not something you're going to make, then
just like a fire bomb, we can make that ourselves, right?
technically, but that requires multiple downtimes. If you acquire it for like a one-time use, then that's just a standard acquire
Basically,
asset,
yes.
which is pretty straightforward, yeah.
We only
We'll
need
go
it
ahead
for
and-
one-time use.
Correct. So we'll go ahead and cheat it. So we'll say this. Whoever wants one, we can spend 1 coin per person that wants one.
I mean, that's some expensive Molotov cocktails.
Indeed, they're probably more expensive than that. And we'll add the flat 2 heat. So for everyone that wants one is 1 coin. I think they should be more, but 1 is fine, I think.
We do have a pack of rats, so I don't
You
think
do?
that helps in this case.
Yes, we will say that will help. So pack rat it's a jumbled mess. Whenever you acquire an asset, take an extra die. Normally you roll your tier, which is 2. Instead, you guys are going to roll 3, which actually will very much help.
Okay.
So who do you
And then
each want
how-
1?
Does that affect the thing? Is just more like effective, or do we get more of them?
Yeah. So whenever you acquire an asset, you roll the crew's tier to determine basically the quality of the temporary asset. It only works for 1 score, which obviously it's 1 bomb, and the higher you roll in the tier, the better it is. If you roll poorly, then your specific bomb was just bad for whatever reason. You got it from a bad source, something along those lines.
Yeah, sure. I'll get one then. I use some of the crew's gold.
All right. Do you want one, Ogre? Are you good with your gun?
Nah, I'm just going with my gun.
Okay.
I want one. Can you take out a cruise gold for me too?
Sure, done.
All right, and I will roll for each of you, since you guys said you're going in hot and heavy. We'll roll for him first. Okay, good.
Oh no.
My bomb is better than your bomb.
Not by much.
Okay, Desmond, we will say that you easily get yours from a source that you know you can trust, so your bomb will have no issues whatsoever. Kim, yours might be kind of fiddly, but it should be fine.
All right.
It's gonna blow up in your hand.
No, that would be a fail.
Ogre made your bomb.
Oh no.
What do you mean? If I made it, it would be perfect. It's like the one thing
Yeah.
I'm good at is making stuff.
And then we beg the question of who you sold it to. You sell someone you didn't like, Ogre, perfectly to explode the second you pull the pin.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, Kim and Desmond, you both have your little Granado. And we are moving over to Brightstone. We're going down and down the platform. As you all begin to look about, you can see that your rovers have done actually a fantastic job at clearing the area. You do see some burn marks, but you see all the vegetation has been cleared by both flame and blade.
Am I impressed?
Are you? I don't know how you feel.
Yes.
All right, and now we will roll the general engagement and then kind of see how it goes from there. It starts with 1 die. Because you guys have information, I'll say 2. Because you guys have these firebombs, I'll say 3. Anything else that would add to our engagement roll?
I used my weaving the web, so that's another +1.
Okay, that's 4. Him and
Like, we know
Ogre.
exactly where it is, right? Or at least the general-ish location.
Well, I can say that, Desmond. So that, on top of the fact that you do have some blueprints for this underground area, and it has not changed. So you know your blueprints should be accurate. I can add another one for that, so I go to 5.
No, and that guy told us that he doesn't wander far out of his territory, so...
And in terms of negatives, there aren't too many, but the enemy is relatively risky, so I'll just do -1 die, which will leave us at a total of 4.
Yeah. I mean, it's also dark down there.
Oh, of course, yeah, very dark. I mean, you guys will have your lanterns, right?
Yeah, but if it's a subway tunnel, that's pretty big. I don't think it illuminates the entire tunnel.
Correct,
That's
but some
pretty
light is
dark.
better than no light.
I
So,
guess. We need to fix the lights in the tunnels anyway.
alrighty, we're going to go ahead and roll with 4.
Ooh.
Dope. So for that, it means we start in a controlled position when the action starts. So moving on down, Kim, as mentioned, it actually is, indeed, quite impressive. They have removed all the plants. You know, they've taken whatever various seeds and parts of these vines that can be used to sell, of course, to make more money for our crew. All that's been dispatched. Looking about a bit, you can see that, like I mentioned before, the tracks themselves aren't really too damaged. Of course, we do indeed need to light a lantern to see anything. It is pitch black down here. And at every step, you can hear echo. Down, then slightly back.
If we're wearing several layers of leather, does that mean that we're just creaking up a storm every time we move?
Very slightly. You're not too loud, honestly. Or not any louder than you'd normally be. You guys are obviously, going in for war, so I'll put that on you to signify that you guys have a little extra something, and then if it gets used, I'll just remove it.
Excellent.
Looking about, you guys can see that this is actually pretty well taken care of. The rovers did the best job that they possibly could in both clearing and preserving the track. It looks semi-damaged. Someone coming down here that has even just a remedial knowledge of iron or, cleaning and setting up something such as this should be able to fix this up for no issues. The plants did not deteriorate them for whatever reason. As we move further down and down, what kind of position do the 3 of you take? Like, how are we walking through the tunnels?
Spread out, I guess, over the breadth.
Okay. Is anyone
Very,
leading?
very slowly.
Okay. Is anyone leading, or are you guys walking in line?
The line.
I think it's a line, yeah.
Okay. I
Like,
like the
very
idea of that.
slowly, one step at a time, making sure we look at every nookie and cranny for like a divot or something.
The further we all go in, you guys see just up ahead, potentially, the lights flicker off the wall and you can see what was once a struggle. This is probably where your men were. You look to your left, you look to your right, you look at the ceiling, and you can tell something that is very particular. The tunnels feel smaller now suddenly. Upon closer inspection, you can tell... Are all 3 of you holding this lantern, or...
If we're spread, shouldn't we have our own lantern, or would that get in the way of our weapons?
No, I think we all have our own lantern at this point.
Okay, so we'll say Kim and Desmond, you're carrying a lantern. Ogre, you have the gun out.
Yeah.
So
Okay, well, that means that Ogre's probably in the middle.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah. And realistically, the 2 of you create enough light to easily say. Maybe about 20, 30 feet past is just like pure shadow. But other than that, you guys can see a very reasonable distance from where you are. The tunnel is wide. It's as wide as a train, of course, but that's not too bad when you guys are standing in a line, such as you are. So,
I mean, if it's suddenly gonna get smaller, then it's definitely gonna trigger his paranoia at least.
Indeed. We'll say
It should be getting smaller.
Desmond and Kim, you can't help but look closer at this, and you see, upon closer inspection, the walls go from a very particular stone, bricks and such, to what looks like bricks but isn't.
I touch it.
You touch it. It's wet. The walls are already slightly damp.
Is it sticky?
But that's normal. Your hand comes back, and it's not initially sticky. Your fingers are covered in like a mud, actually. But when you touch the wall, rather than it being the stone, there was some give to it.
Desmond doesn't like that you touched it.
I'm reckless.
I know. Now it probably knows that you're here. Well, not a bad thing, honestly.
All right, I will
You do
pause.
need bait. Go in.
That's not how this works. Okay. I will pause at that spot. Is there a clear, like, definitive line, maybe, where the brick turns into mud?
Line? No. There's a transition. There's a clear transition.
Does it look like the bricks were destroyed, or are they just covered up?
They're covered up.
Spiders supposed to make nests out of mud?
This one does. If it's similar to a trapdoor spider.
Yeah, but I thought they burrowed under. Did
Well,
this
they
thing
make-
damage our walls?
Yeah, looking at the wall cam, when I say there was some give to it, it was very springy, like pushing on a pillow, basically. It also wasn't very thick, so this growing smallness, if you will, the narrowing of the tunnel, you guys are just at the mouth of it. You can tell going forward, it gets a little more narrow. It's not super noticeable, but like I said, because you guys are in a control position, you noticed this before it was like, oh shit, this is no bueno. You noticed it early.
I kind of want to set it on fire.
It's probably too damp for that, but we can try.
If only we brought some flammable liquid with us. Quick, Ogre, do you have alcohol on you?
Huh? I am alcohol.
All right, Ogre, stand against the wall and I'll light you on fire.
No thanks.
Damn it. Okay, well, boys, I think we found where we're supposed to be.
Yes.
Looking up ahead against the wall, Desmond, because I would assume your eyes are kind of bolting around to see what you can see. And your men
He's
did...
just like watching every point at the same time at this point.
Oh, yeah. Your men did tell you that around here was about, at least according to their description, where it happened. You can kind of see some footprints, some boot prints, basically, that kind of pushed whatever gravel off to the side, some of this mud. And you can kind of see the tracks are beginning to just ever so slightly be covered by whatever this substance is. You can see that someone probably pulled their blade and cut into this fibrous material that's on the wall, and it looks like there was a gash taken out of this, like, muddy fiber on the wall. Not large, maybe 3 inches.
Does it look like the spider was basically behind the wall, or?
From this distance, you can't really tell, but that would be a safe assumption.
Makes sense. Ogre, get ready.
I'm always ready.
The rat's ready to die.
Sometimes.
So sometimes what?
I'm
He's
always ready
to
sometimes.
die. Sometimes.
He's always ready to sometimes. Come on, listen.
I see.
Yeah.
He's always sometimes ready.
Yeah. All right, looking up
Nice.
ahead, what do the three of you do?
Oh, it would be great if we got a drop on it instead of it getting the drop on us.
I know, right?
To be clear, because you guys are in a control position, when whatever you do, I will give you more information than usual. And then when things start, it'll go control, desperate, etc., etc.
I guess we'll leave Ogre sitting behind, and Desmond and Kim will both move on with back to back, basically.
Excellent. As you two begin to move forward, and Ogre, you have your weapon out, aimed and waiting, you actually begin to notice that this funneling of the tunnel definitely grows more severe up ahead. But then it kind of narrows off. It sort of stops. And you can tell, looking behind you, then looking forward, that there's approximately, I want to say, 1 foot to 1.5 feet worth of this substance on the walls, completely coating the ceiling and the walls. And it just transitioned from maybe 50 feet from behind where you guys were, forward.
A little irritated. This bugger thought that he could make his home inside our business. Future business.
Future business.
Nah, imagine if we had let a train drive through here.
God, I mean, it'd probably go splat.
Maybe. It would try to hug the train. Would be great.
Our reputation.
I mean,
Are
some people
so
might like
good.
that.
Probably not our clientele.
What do you
Probably just the
mean?
weirdos.
Yeah. You'd like it, Ogre.
What do you mean?
Now, if we
Nothing.
train it like a puppy, that would be great.
Oh, no, I would do that with the ghost. Do that with the ghost.
What?
I mean, the ghosts are sentient, though. That's kind of slavery.
You think a spider ghost is more sentient than the spider itself?
It's not a ghost, though. It's like a beast.
Ugh. Even ghosts have
It's a spider puppy.
Yeah, close enough. All right. Anyway, so I'm reckless. Do you want me to be the bait?
I mean, we're both the bait at this point.
All right.
I have a gun.
Here, spider.
I guess the two of us just keep sneaking forward, I guess.
So I guess my next question would be, how do you choose to maybe engage this thing? You know for a fact it's hidden. Are you doing anything to get it to come out, or are you just walking?
I'm probably poking the wall.
With?
A knife?
Yeah, I guess I have a sword cane, don't I? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's one of my slide weapons.
Okay, yeah, then you definitely have that on you.
All right. I usually have it not on me, but since I'm heavy, I'll have it on me right now.
Yep. Like I said, you guys can not bring everything. If you're encumbered, you can't move, but you guys can have what you have on you and then a little extra good stuff, because you guys do have those straps, which definitely helps.
I will go ahead and stab the wall.
Okay.
As I'm walking.
With the pointy end or with it sheathed?
Jeez, I don't want to ruin the blade.
Fair enough. All right. As you begin to poke around him, you squish. You hear some dripping off in the distance.
I assume its eyes are reflective, right?
That would make sense.
So we'll probably see the eyes before anything else.
Yeah. And you begin to poke the blade around. There's definitely some give, this muddy, fibrous substance.
Hate this.
And as the two of you walk forward, it pushes in, springs back. It pushes in and springs back. And you go to put the sword cane out, and before you're able to make contact with this muddy substance, you hear this like wet just sound as the wall begins to open like a door, and you see 5 lights looking directly at you, him.
Throw my Molotov cocktail.
Just gonna right at it?
Instantly.
Just going right for it?
Yeah, and I will screech while I'm doing it.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, you are indeed in a controlled position. And I would say because you're throwing the Molotov cocktail, it should be great effect.
She doesn't tell me, so I explode.
It should be closer to me, right?
Oh,
I mean, we're back to back at this point, so yeah sure. Yeah. We are very close to each other.
Yes, you are indeed the one facing it. Which stat do you want to roll for this?
Finesse?
Makes sense.
Okay, what am I?
You're controlled and great effect, because this is a firebomb, so it has a higher effect.
I think I should push myself.
Up to you.
Can I clearly see it? Or is it still kind of hidden?
You can clearly see it. The trap door opens. You can just barely see these like spindly legs, 2 are pushed forward, and the rest you can just... it's honestly difficult to see. You see a lump of a body and 5 lights, and 2 legs pushing forward. That's it. I'm feeling that essentially as this door is like cracking open, you're just hucking this son of a bitch in there.
Did he say that there's usually multiples, or is it only going to be 1?
There should be multiple.
All right, I will push myself, which will activate my new skill, the Devil's Footsteps.
Okay.
Oh
When I push myself, I can choose one of the following additional benefits: perform a feat of athletics that verges on superhuman, or maneuver to confuse enemies so they mistakenly attack each other. I guess I'd like to confuse it so that it hurts one of its buddies, or exposes one of its buddies.
If
not, several of them.
Sure, we'll go with that. Alrighty.
I needed that dice.
Oh my god, you
She
did.
did.
Needed that dice.
2, 1, 3, 6.
No.
Well,
I mean, what could have gone wrong? It explodes in your hands.
well,
No.
after poking around a little bit, Kim, you huck this firebomb basically into this thing's little house, and it just erupts. And you can just hear it screaming. It just pulls back and starts like pushing at the door, and it actually just wrenches it open. And this being on fire now. You see some of the oil is beginning to actually burn the under part of its little fibrous home. And you can see the web like melting away. It screams as it exposes its whole body. It's the size of a very, very large dog, you notice. And it begins to move about and kind of just worryingly panicked, scurry up the side of the wall. And it's now hanging on the ceiling and more interested in putting itself out. It's like half rolling into the mud and half just freaking the hell out. But whatever Molotov, like sticky stuff that was on it is still burning it. I will say it is not dead. It's taken 3 ticks on its clock. If left alone, it will die of natural causes. As long as you guys keep clear of it, the burn will most likely finish it off, to be incredibly clear.
Okay.
With that, though, as it moves upward, you see a second trap door begin to open. So it's resting on the ceiling. It's running by in its absolutely panicked state, triggers another. And you aren't sure if it's currently opening or what it's doing, but it sounds as if another door might open. And obviously, Kim, you had to take a step back at this after the fire just kind of erupts. It's very cold and damp down here, but the instant heat of that wakes everybody up.
Well, the back of my suit is now burned, except for a GIMP-shaped character, I guess.
Excellent.
So how much of this did I witness before I noticed that there was a spider and a fireball going off behind me?
I mean,
I screamed, so probably most of it.
Yeah, I would say if you're back to her, you heard her scream, you heard something explode, fire erupt, and then you most likely turn around and saw this thing scurry onto the ceiling.
Right, and did I also see the other one opening up? Or
Yes, yeah, you very much all can see that.
I guess I'll take a quick look around to see if there's anything else.
Looking about, there's probably definitely more, but with how large some of these traps are, so to be clear, like it's the size of a big dog. And the trap itself is actually quite wide. It looks as if it like spreads its arms out to lift the lid of the trap and then latches out to grab onto its prey and pulls it really quick. So there's actually a good amount of room in there.
Yes. Is it open wide enough that the bomb might be able to fit in?
If you throw with insane accuracy, yes. Otherwise, no.
Do I trust myself with insane accuracy?
I don't know.
How's your finesse?
Very good, actually. But I'm paranoid as shit.
Well, you have a push or a devil's bargain.
That's true. You know what? I guess he doubts himself for just a split second too long and he waits too long.
That's fair. Technically, waiting or taking a defensive action is taking action. So you can always wait for
the... take a step back, basically, to assess the situation.
Yeah, that's
he
perfect.
Doesn't trust himself.
And as you do that, the lid opens wide enough, as you're kind of like double second-guessing yourself, Desmond. It opens enough that you were probably able to throw it in, but then it closes. And it's like kind of flumping itself open to sort of see. And upon closer inspection, the three of you can actually see, we'll say this happened on the left wall, and the first five eyes that you pissed off is on the ceiling. This one was kind of closer to the ceiling, sort of in the corner of the room. But you can see the walls sort of like gyrate, almost as if they're breathing. And something sort of like is moving. And you can hear something down this tunnel make a chittering noise. And you can hear it echo back up to here. And the one on the ceiling is currently just screaming. It's not having a great time. So you're not sure if it's disturbing their communication or something else.
I guess instead I'll just pull out my pistol and shoot the moving wall.
I will say, because you are in no danger of being attacked, we'll do control standard.
Sure. Is this finesse?
So you can always decide.
Isn't it supposed to be hunt normally?
Yeah, so finesse for shooting is a little weird. I will say if it's finesse for shooting, I'll drop it to limited, but you can still use it if you want.
I mean, yeah, sure. It's a hidden pistol anyway, so...
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
So that's limited effect?
Yeah, limited effect, controlled position.
And I will
whatever
move
this
back a bit.
Sure, possible. Yeah. As you're moving backwards, we'll say you probably strike at this thing. The gyrating and fluctuation of whatever the wall is doing pauses for a moment as you shoot. It doesn't make a sound, but if it did, it'd be difficult to hear over this other one screaming. But you do see a pause in the momentum. As you take a step back, your shoe sticks for like just a moment in the mud. It's not stuck. You're just in an awkward position, and you realize that maybe you've stepped back a little too far, and you're kind of close to the right wall now. Not touching it, but you're closer than you'd like to be. Ogre.
Well, that one's still burning, right?
It is still burning and will most likely die in a second, yes.
Okay. I'm not going to shoot it if it's just going to die to fire.
Yeah. Basically, it is there in case one of you guys fail a roll, it's going to jump on you.
Oh,
or,
boy.
if you all succeed, it'll just die on its own, so...
I mean, if it falls on me, that's still going to hurt.
Can I see any other ones to shoot?
You know, Desmond just shot one that was moving under this carpet of web, and you heard something chitter from down further.
I'll just shoot at the same one that Desmond shot at, I guess.
Sure. Which side are we using?
Hunt. It's
Okay.
only a 1, but it's something.
Which weapon are you using?
The big gun.
You're using the big gun?
The big gun, yeah.
All right, the one that is wriggling about.
You can roll a 1.
Yes, so roll
I've already
your...
been stabbed in the back once. I don't want to get shot in the back as well.
So go ahead and roll that. It'll be an extreme effect. And I will say, in general, risky position because we don't really know how this thing works precisely. We've never fired it before.
What's the devil's bargain?
What's the devil's bargain? That's a fantastic question. Let's see.
I killed Desmond.
Probably, yeah.
Nothing that will affect your allies, but I will say the devil's bargain is because you do not understand how this weapon fires. If you were to fail, I won't be as vague as to say something bad would happen, but I'll flip that. I'll say if you succeed, you will, in a split moment, determine how this weapon should fire and maybe get an extra shot out of it, and maybe you'll be able to determine how many it can shoot. But if you fail, obviously something bad will happen. It's going to backfire on you.
I'll just go with a normal shot.
Normal shot? Okay.
The gun explodes in your hands and blows off your head. It's fine.
Also, yeah, when I say succeed, I mean either partial success or success. Either.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But I'm only rolling 1 dice. Well,
you're only you roll 1, and then you get 1 more with Devil's Bargain, and then Desmond or Kim could help you for another one.
I can assist you with my foresight, technically.
Yeah, Desmond can help you for free. So.
Sure.
Like,
Why
I
not?
need to explain how I did that apparently for the thing, so I guess I gave you a mount, so you can actually put your gun on something to aim better.
I like that. Yeah, that's cool.
I guess I'll take the devil's bargain.
Sure.
That's 3 dice then.
It is 3 dice. Like I said,
Risky.
just risky, yeah. And I don't think you can click extreme effect because that's a crit, but
I just said it right.
yeah, great. Whatever the highest you can click on.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah,
Okay.
so my mount was useful.
Yes, it was. Well, we can say in this moment, Ogre, you, while fiddling with it, realize that the trigger for this weapon isn't traditional. There's something odd about it. Now, you wouldn't normally roll a tune to fire this thing, but you do know that part of your life energy and your understanding of the other side has to do with firing this weapon. And you realize that for but a brief moment, if you misunderstood, something awful, of course, could have happened. It could have backfired, not fired at all. But you do understand it. And not only that, you understood just enough at the right time to afford yourself an extra shot. So you know for a fact, Ogre, you have 1 more bullet in this thing, and that's it.
Boy.
When you do fire this thing, though, it is, as I mentioned, quite large. It takes up, I believe, 2 inventory slots. It is a big gun. Basically impossible to hide. You pull the proverbial trigger, if you will, and the Sparkcraft technology lights up in a dull blue glow. Mr. Ogre, who did not bring a lantern, suddenly you're illuminating this hallway more than the 2 of them combined.
Hell yeah.
It's a little bright, but you're able to focus as the pipings on this thing kind of whir to life, like, and almost instantly it just like sparks off, and you can feel the vibration of power shoot up your arms, and it shocks you a little, causes you no pain, but you can feel the power behind this thing, and it just like it just hits the wall, and you can actually feel this whole area like shake a little, and this thing is just wiped off the face of the earth. All of the web around it is just singed and gone. There is, from what you can see as the light begins to sort of dim down from this weapon, and all you're afforded is the light from both him and Desmond. This sort of pale, purple blood and just chitinous hide is just spattered against the wall. You can see some of it just slough off and strike the floor. Some of the web does indeed begin to burn, but whatever mud they've packed onto it is preventing it from spreading. And with that, the one on the ceiling sort of chitters its last, like, and dies.
Desmond is just slowly turning his head towards Ogre with like wide eyes, like, did you know it could do that?
Yeah, did you shrug?
Dear God. Don't ever point the thing near me.
Looking forward, there is silence for a moment, and then silence for another moment. But then you hear more chittering. There's something down there that does not like the fact that you just downed 2 of its kin.
Also, you might be deaf.
The hair on your arms is definitely standing up. All of you. Ogre, your frizz is even frizzier.
Hell
From
yeah.
the gun?
From the gun, yeah. I say Ogre turns to you guys after firing, and his hair is just like. Bzz.
That was cool.
I have a picture of the gun in Discord.
Effectively, yeah. All right. As I mentioned, you did hear more chittering up ahead, and after the calm, there's maybe 10, 20 seconds of silence, and you guys can sort of see the walls like gyrate again, as if something further in moved either away or repositioned.
I will prepare my bomb and I guess go towards the sound.
Give an Ogre.
Kim to go with me.
I'll follow. My cane stick will be at the ready.
Are you poking walls again, or are you following Desmond?
Oh, I guess I'll poke walls too.
Moving forward, you guys notice that the tunnel gets a little tighter and a little tighter.
Is Ogre just following, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
The distance you guys mentioned before, if a train were to go through here, would very much scrape against these walls now. We know that they're not walls, though. There's something hiding. You hear chittering up ahead, as if they're communicating. They definitely know you guys are here now. You're not sure how many are left, but you know you've made them angry.
Oh, good.
Can I try to, I don't know, study to listen if I hear multiple of them?
Yeah, very much so.
Potentially.
Yeah. I would say that would just, in general, just probably be risky standard. Yeah. Right down the middle.
I only have one in study, so this is going to be...
Study? I only have one study too.
Well, so to help, you just need to afford assistance, basically.
All right, I will assist.
Okay. Take a stress.
I'm gonna end up with a trauma.
Sorry,
Are
what?
you?
Oh! I'm going to say, how much stress do you have? No! Don't take one for that! You're freaking me out, Kim.
Why do you have
I
so
have
much
3
stress?
more.
Okay.
How do you have so much stress, though?
I was about to ask that.
I already had 3 to start. I pushed myself once, and now I'm getting another one. So I can
9?
only get 2 more, and then I suffer a trauma.
Correct. Yeah, once it's full.
So don't help me. This is just a study. Like, nothing bad can happen, realistically. Hopefully.
All right, you're on your own.
Potentially.
I mean, I can assist.
That's fine off.
Oh.
I mean, I'd like to use one of my skills at least once more. So
Fair enough. As you begin to listen around, you hear more of the chittering. And it sounds like it's coming from a distance. So you move on in a little closer. And just up ahead, so we'll say in this tunnel, you're standing to the right of this line. Kim's on the left, Ogre's in the middle. And you sort of look along your wall and see nothing. But just along kind of where Kim is, you can see maybe like 15 feet ahead of her, there's a trapdoor that's like beginning. It's not opening necessarily, but this area is bulging. Almost as if something, whatever's under it, is like too large or it's repositioning. But something is happening there and it's beginning to kind of push up a little bit. Almost as if it's readying to strike whoever's on that side of the wall.
I guess I'll wait for the tunnel to actually open slightly.
Okay, do you say anything or you just kind of prep it?
I guess I'll notify Kim. Point it out.
Okay, you see just up ahead, Kim, exactly what I described. The wall's beginning to bulge, as if the trap is ready to spring. Like I said, it's about 10, 15 feet from you guys, so it's not going to spring from this far. You know it wants you to be closer.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to give the bomb to Kim and she can throw it.
Okay.
And I'll just help her out, I guess.
why am I throwing it?
Because I can use my assist action without causing stress.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll need it to open, so I guess I'll.
Actually, could we do that as like a lead a group kind of thing, or is that only for specific things?
Anything, yeah, very much so. You just have to describe how you're, how we're doing this together.
Yeah, in that case, I'll lead the group with throwing the bomb, and I guess I'll use Kim as decoy or something.
Okay. Which stat are you using?
Finesse, because I want to be throwing the bomb carefully.
Yeah, Kim and is Ogre joining in this conga line, or?
I think he's readying his gun, so probably not.
Always readying the gun.
Always readying the gun, all right. Kim, how are you assisting Desmond in him throwing the bomb?
Can I break away up from the line, or are we that tight in?
Oh, very much so, yeah, you can.
All right, then I'm going to want to draw the spider's attention to where I'm poking the wall.
Okay, so you're like moving ahead, trying to like bait it out?
Yeah. Does it open from like one side or up down?
The one that you've seen opens up like a tuna can. That's not cut all the way. Just like, whoop, pops open like that. Pre-cut.
Well, okay, what about this one? It's peeking open, right? So can I see which direction it's going to swing?
Oh, towards you. Oh, sorry. It's going to open like a can on the wall, and the opening will be facing towards you and Desmond.
Well, I want to go in the direction that's gonna force it to open up wider.
Sure, yeah, definitely. And you're kind of using your cane to like bait it out?
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, so the two of you roll finesse. To be clear, Desmond, the complication from your last roll is going to come up in this next roll.
Okay.
Risky standard?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, risky standard for both. Alrighty.
Did we get that thing that gives us critical success when we both roll?
I was about to ask. I don't think we did.
I don't think we did.
Because that should be a special ability, correct?
Yeah, it was like a crew ability.
So, yeah.
It's a career ability. Yeah, we haven't taken it just yet. But there's a good example. If you did, that would have been a critical success. All right. So moving forward, you did it, by the way. Good job. You're able to kind of poke around and bait it out. Now that you've seen it once before, Kim, you sort of know how to deal with this little guy. Except, well, he's not such a little guy this time, unfortunately.
Wait, does Kim only has 3 in finesse?
Yeah.
I thought you had it maxed. Oh, I guess
No, none of my skills are 4.
Oh, okay.
And as she sort of pokes around, you can just hear the peeling of the web. And you see like a sticky substance that was sort of sealing it up, making it very difficult to see exactly where the crease line was. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, all 5 eyes that glare directly at you, Kim. And as you prepare to throw this firebomb, Desmond, you're going to throw it. You are committed to this act. But unfortunately, to reference that prior roll, there was something beside you, something that was waiting for you to attack this other spider. And the wall opens ever so slightly, as it doesn't strike out at you, but it fires a globule of acid at you, Desmond. You won't need to resist it or anything. All it's going to do is basically remove that extra layer of clothes you had. Not all of it, of course, but the more, if you're wearing a jacket, effectively. I assume you guys are all wearing like an extra jacket or like tighter pants, Jesus, yeah, show that ass off. Like basically an extra jacket and like thicker pants.
I'm also probably wearing a hood.
One of those like thick, long coats, basically.
Excellent, okay. It fires a globule of acid at you, and you're able to sort of shield yourself, Desmond, as you throw very accurately this firebomb directly into this thing's little hovel. Unfortunately, the acid sort of splashes up your arm, and you know if you don't tear this jacket off, it's going to burn through to your skin. But you very much have the time to do so. Actually, hold up, Kim. I'll actually put it this way, Desmond. If you want, you can keep this coat on, and it can eat another attack. You'll only take 1 harm, though. It's up to you.
I guess I'll take it off now.
Okay. You're able to very easily, very quickly, just boop, 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 take it off, you throw it on the floor, and you can see that as it strikes, the acid just sizzles into the leather and eats away at it at just a very disturbingly rapid speed. And the firebomb hurtling through the air. Kim, you need to take a step back because you notice that these two are a little bit larger than the other one. Just by a wee bit. When I say larger, these are human-sized.
Nice.
Like human height?
They're as large as you, Kim.
Can I throw a knife at it?
Very much so. So now that we know where they are, one of them is currently, well, on fire. Congratulations. I'll just throw burning on it because that sounds nice. And Desmond, you can see the fire just ripping through this thing, and it just smacks the hood up. It's just like, it just reaches and it's trying to put itself out. It's as the other one trying to roll itself into the mud. It wasn't expecting you to be so damn accurate, but you fully strike this thing. It's freaking out and trying to like pull some of the mud onto itself. So it's not acting aggressively. Currently, it's acting defensively. The other one that is mere feet from you, Desmond, against the right wall, it can see that its ally is currently on fire, and it reacts by shutting its little door. But unless you want to throw a knife, Kim, you can throw it at the fire one. You can throw it at the one that's currently revealed.
Gut instinct, I'd like to throw at the one that's currently revealed.
Okay, go for it. It is across from the room. I assume that would be finesse.
Yeah. Risky standard?
Risky standard, yeah. Holy
Okay.
shit.
Oh boy.
Very nice.
Right in the nuts.
Yeah, I say.
No.
Critical
In the spider
stuff?
nuts.
Where's it gonna hurt the most?
Oh my
you
god.
You tell me. You tell me.
I mean, can I make it like do a dot, like a bleed?
So we'll put it this way: when you do critical damage to something, that's 5 ticks. So whatever you do will all be culminated into that.
I'll just do it in the face then.
Okay, so you strike it like right in his forehead, basically.
Yeah, maybe take out a couple eyeballs in the meantime.
Sure. Are you throwing like an array of knives or just like one?
I was gonna do just one, but maybe in my haste, because I freaked out when I saw it, I'll throw 3.
Sure. We'll say you're able to throw 3 blades in rapid succession, and you take out 3 of its eyes. The creature, similar to the one on fire, howls in pain and quickly just snaps the lid shut. And both Desmond and Kim, you can see it just kind of burrowing along the wall. It just kind of like not trying to hide itself this time. You can tell that they are indeed large and small enough to fit in this small gap, but
Large
it's
and small enough.
Yeah, exactly. Because if it chooses to display its anger, it looks quite large. But when it flattens itself against the wall, they can crawl at a very disturbingly quick speed. It's no longer really interested in hiding, though. So now known as Two Eyes is scurrying up against the wall.
Didn't know that.
At a rapid speed. And the other one is on fire. Ogre, what are you doing?
I don't want to waste my last shot on these two. I can't take too much stress.
Do you have any weapons on you besides big gun?
No.
Oh. Well, flashbacks exist for grabbing other things, a knife or something, or you can always ask him for a knife.
Probably would have asked for a knife.
I can still
sure.
give you an assist if you need it or anything. What I can do, however, is get more stress, which I need.
Yes.
I will flashback getting a knife from Kim.
Okay, I'll say that costs nothing. That's pretty straightforward.
And then I guess I don't want to get close to the flaming one, so I'll just like chuck it at it.
Rolling for the chuck? Okay, which stat are we rolling?
Yeah. Finesse.
Okay, I'll go ahead and say that's just risky standard. Sounds good to me. Alrighty, you huck this sumbitch forward, and the creature, in the same vein as the other one's reaction to Desmond, it is on fire. A blade goes hurling through the sky, and it's like trying to shut the lid, but it's unable to, and it just loses its shit, screeches, and charges towards you, Ogre. Before it's able to get fully within melee range, though, it kind of like tries a scoot to the side, but you strike it with the blade, and you can feel that's about to just huck acid at you. And as it does, I will give you the same choice that Desmond had. He's going to shoot acid at you. If you wish to keep the coat on, you may. You just take 1 harm, or you can take it off and just avoid the harm entirely.
I'll just take it off.
All right, excellent.
I mean, if you want, I can protect you as well with my special armor.
That's fine.
Alrighty. The harm that this creature would have done, Ogre, you are very quickly able to throw your blade, catch whatever acid you had in this coat, and then quickly take it off. The creature looks incredibly confused that you're not scared of it, and that you're not, well, currently burning something that it would very, very much like. So this flaming spider is currently standing in front of the 3 of you, ready to strike physically at whoever it can. The 3 of you have initiative. What do you choose to do?
Re-explain the setup?
It jumped out of its little hovel, and it's charging. Well, it was charging towards Ogre, but the 3 of you technically have access to it. It's on fire. It's about to go down. So what do the 3 of you choose to do?
Like, how many shots do I have in my pistol?
I would say a fairly reasonable amount. The only reason you'd like run out of ammo,
a concealed bomb pistol is the thing.
Unless you overuse it, I would say I'm not going to give you an exact number. Basically, in the fiction, if you overuse it, I'd say you're out of ammo. But you have ammo on you, so you can probably shoot it a couple times, like 2 or 3 times, and then maybe like, I take this action, moving back and reloading, and that's acceptable. And obviously, it's a palm pistol, so do less damage in general. So it's going to have either limited or no effect, depending on what you're shooting. Or unless you're super close up, then of course higher effect, but you're in a riskier situation, of course. So basically that.
I'd like to throw some knives.
Like, I guess instead I'll use the coat that I took off and basically throw it at the other spider that's currently charging at Ogre into his face.
So you're trying to obscure its vision, and Kim, you're trying to stab it?
Yeah.
From range?
Stab.
Because I was gonna sword cane it, but this is on fire, right? So that's knives.
Yes, knives
Does
definitely
that
makes more
count as a
sense.
setup now? I think
So,
so.
I'll ask you, Desmond, if you want to set up, you'll need to roll something to make her effect better, or you can just say you're assisting, and that'll just give her an extra die. And if you want stress anyway, so that actually works out for you.
No, I mean, it's probably gonna die anyway.
Most likely, yeah, but, more dice prevents her from having a flaming spider in her face. You're rolling finesse, Kim?
Yeah.
All right, I would say, as per usual, risky standard, flaming boy, add an extra die from Desmond.
Roll.
Alrighty. Lucky.
Please don't jinx me. Oh my god.
You rolled a 6. You're good. You did it.
You did
But
the thing.
yeah, but you called me out as lucky.
I mean, you got a
Off your
critical
rolls.
success and a success and a success before that.
Oh please! Now you're bringing attention to
no.
it. It's gonna
Oh,
run
no.
away.
You're
It's
succeeding
fine,
a
we can-
lot. You're right. Too lucky. All right. Well, all the same, Kim, you're able to huck your blades at this thing while Desmond throws his burnt coat at it to distract it. Before it's able to strike either of you, you throw with quick precision and quickly take out the beast. As its body burns and burns, its husk no longer moves.
I really hate spiders.
One of them is
But
currently
why though? They're adorable.
One is currently hidden from you. You know it's further down, and you can hear something larger skittering this time.
Not the one that's hiding.
You're not sure. It's, like I mentioned, it's no longer attempting to conceal its presence.
Okay, come out, wherever you are. Stab the wall.
Mhm.
All right, you stab the wall with your sword cane, I assume?
Yeah.
All right, it comes back sticky.
Disgusting.
That's pretty gross, yeah. Doesn't look good, I'll say that much.
It's all right.
You know, one escaped. You might hear another one, but it might just be the same one struggling to get away. What do y'all do?
Chase after it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to chase after it.
Are you just running in to get after it?
I am on a killing spree right now. Let's
I
go.
mean, Kim's reckless anyway, so yeah.
Yeah.
She's trying to get that UAV.
Desmond is second guessing, but in the end,
UAV.
he's gonna have to follow.
What's that?
Call of Duty reference. He's at kill
Okay.
spree. You're trying to build up your kill streaks. Kill streaks. You can call in. What was the other one? The dumb one.
AC 130.
the-
Yeah, there you go. AC 130. Jesus. Okay.
This is a reference that goes over my head.
Gotta
This
get
is
your 25 kill streak so you can get a tactical nuke as well.
yeah. The game I played too much in college. Dashing forward now, Kim. I'm going to ask you to, with Ogre and Desmond behind, something skitters as you dash in. Something that wants you. And you think it's the two-eyed son of a bitch that you recently created.
Of course. He wants
Whoa.
revenge.
But it might not be. It might also be a smaller one. You're not sure. You actually see a sort of like a smaller little trapdoor sort of begin to open, but then it kind of closes, assuming this is the two-eyed one, dashing forward and dashing forward. You're following it. You know you're like right behind it. It is limping, and you can actually see, you can hear before you see drip, drip, drip. And some of it's actually the ichor from this thing. You just completely punctured its eyes, and it's dripping and sort of leaving a trail. And this is definitely not the water. It's seeping through the mud. So this thing is struggling to get away from it. It probably paused as you guys were dispatching its burning compatriot. As you move forward, Kim, roll me finesse. I will just say standard effect, but desperate.
Standard desperate.
That's not a success. Really building up your luck. You better watch out.
Oh, please!
Another success.
It feels good
Are
to
there
be this
critical
lucky,
failures?
but it's making me
Do we-
more and more afraid.
To be fair, have you rolled anything but a 6?
No, don't fix me! I don't. I think I did. Once.
She rolled one partial
at,
success
at
in the beginning. 353.
God!
She just rolled 623.
Right.
Karma's a bitch! Oh, this is gonna hurt!
So you rolled a 5 and what? 5 6s? 6 6s?
Stop counting. Please stop counting.
Yeah, the other half of her roll, those look pretty close to failures. So sorry.
Bad
She's
Yes,
doing
and
good.
that is true. A lot of these have been outright failures minus 1 die.
I mean, that's luck, baby. That's how it works. Anyway,
Time for 6 1s. Here we go.
Hell yeah, that's my kind of roll right there.
also your mic is super cutting you off, by the way.
It's fine. I
Yeah.
can literally save you if I need to. So
Yeah.
Alrighty, moving forward, Kim, you think for a brief moment you see 3 of the smaller ones beginning to emerge, maybe 4? Wait, 8? Oh, huh?
Oh no.
Sorry, 8 trapdoors or
It
8
looks-
legs?
It looks like 8 trapdoors, but instead of a spider coming out of the door, you see a leg push the door open. And coming from the ceiling, which you now notice is substantially lower, these legs quickly lash out at you, but you're able to roll out of the way. One of them actually takes a chunk out of the track and just splits clean through the iron.
How dare you, owner!
She said, "How dare you?"
Ah,
Or something. I'm not really sure what she said.
It was how dare you.
Okay. I'll be honest, I have heard that one. The bladed tips of its legs sort of gyrate, and they pull very quickly back into these trapdoors, and you just hear the ceiling just like make this sloshing, wet, stretching sound as all the web begins to just like pull down. And first, you actually see good old Two Eyes sort of come out of this burrow, if you will. It's sticking close to the left side of the wall, preferably away from you all. But just in front of you, Kim, you see another Five Eyes, except this one is approximately 3 times the size of all the other larger ones. Crawling on it are smaller spiders, about the size of your hand. And they look very angry, and so does Mommy. And it is right in front of you. Fortunately, you avoid its first attack.
I guess I should have saved my Molotov for this, huh?
Ogre, get your gun.
I'm going to turn and run.
You're trying to get away?
Yeah.
All right. We'll pocket that for a moment. Ogre and Desmond, how do you guys react to all this going out?
That one deserves the gun.
As I see the legs come down, I basically do tell Ogre to get his gun.
Okay.
I was already getting the gun.
I am screaming, Ogre, shooting!
Okay, Ogre. Do you wish to shoot?
Am I going to need to duck?
I will assist him.
Do I need to duck?
What's the devil's bargain this time?
What's the devil's bargain this time?
Like, what can I do to get a shitload of stress?
Get hit, basically.
I guess I'd jump in.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure...
I am assisting him, though.
Yeah. Protect is an option, so...
That only gives me stress if it actually gets hit. If I actually get hit, though.
Correct, yeah. So basically, if Kim or Ogre get hit and you choose to protect them and you're able to do so, you basically jump in the way and take the hit instead. So that's a good way to stress, and then you just roll in.
I mean, in this case, I am
you fail.
assisting him, though. So can I protect him afterwards as well, or is that a once per thing, basically?
I will say, because the creature's so far away and you guys are in a good position, I would say...
reaction?
Effectively, yeah. But
okay.
Because it logically makes sense, I will say you can do both. Unless Ogre fails his roll. Completely fails. Because that means both of you are caught up in whatever that is. So you're going to get hit anyway. Basically, I'll say the devil's bargain, Ogre, is this thing currently is looking at him. I will say failure or not. I'll say if you succeed, so a 6 or higher, it'll play out as usual. Just it's still looking at Kim. If you get a mixed success, all it will do is turn its attention to you because you got a big old gun, my friend. If you fail, it will instantly strike out at both you and Desmond.
Oh, good.
That's only on a 1 to 3, though.
I'm fine with that. Just give me the stress.
Okay, well, I guess I'll take it.
Considering,
die.
Yeah, Kim is in the way, so this will be, since it's your big gun, extreme effect and desperate position.
Can Kim dive?
She's currently doing that, yes, but she's still in the way.
Can I use Ghost Veil?
You have that?
Yeah, it's my other new skill.
Excellent. What's Ghost Veil do?
You may shift partially into the ghost field, becoming shadowy and insubstantial for a few moments. I do take 2 stress when I shift.
Okay. Did that one have extra effect, or that was just the one effect?
There's an extra if I take a stress for each additional.
Okay. If you,
but I only need for a few moments, so I don't think I need an extra effect.
All right. I will say, if you choose to do that to clear it up for Ogre, I will change his desperate position to a risky position. You'll have to take the stress, of course, but it'll just be a risky position and then extreme effect, if you want to do that.
I do, yes.
And if Kim is temporarily becoming a ghost?
She's not becoming a ghost.
Fine.
She's basically going incorporeal for like a split second. And that split second is long enough for Ogre to aim easier, effectively, what's happening.
I mean, I'm still going to dodge. I just want to do it for extra.
Yes, and then I'll need to roll your dodge because good old Two Eyes wants to take a bite. Basically, what we're seeing is this thing going to lash out at you, Kim, or is it going to lash out at Ogre? We'll find out.
Oh boy. So just +2 die?
Should be. Devil's
One
Bargain
from me
plus,
and one from
plus a health. Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, okay. Oh wait. Okay.
We got it, buddy.
Not a 6.
All right. It is indeed still focused on... Something bad might happen. Who knows? It's
fine. I'll be rolling the 1 anyway.
Exactly. It's A-okay. All right. So first and foremost, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got the big-ass goddamn gun. All right. You aim this thing, Ogre, and like before, all the hairs on your body stand up. A nice, fun, familiar feeling. But you do indeed know this is your final shot. And it being your final shot, you know that you cannot miss. Kim is slightly in the way, but oh look, Happy day. She goes incorporeal for just a moment and sort of dives out of the way. Desmond, sort of assisting you with your aim and such, allows you to strike true, Ogre. And this beam of light washes over the largest 5 eyes you've seen, burning off most, if not all, of the young that were riding on its back. And you hear its howl just echo through these halls. And you know if you were too close, it might have shattered your eardrums. You're all able to kind of roll just far enough, but this thing's scream, its feet, the tip of its bladed claws rake through muddy webs that are surrounding it. The thing is enraged, and you see flames licking off its back as it focuses still on Kim, not entirely sure where that came from. Its prey erases itself for just a moment, and it begins to barrel towards you, and so does good old Two Eyes, kind of climbing along the side of the wall. Kim, you are seeing Two Eyes come towards you. How are you responding to it?
Throw a dagger?
You're gonna chuck? You going to chuck at it?
Yeah.
Chucking.
You chucking, though. All right, that's
chucking.
good old
Standard?
standard risky, yeah. Luck being a lady tonight.
Oh my god.
I'm just keep saying it. Miss Kim, you down this feral beast as it dives towards you. How you do?
I mean, I guess this one I'll aim for its big belly, and it'll just
Big belly.
through.
Oh, we'll say it does indeed dive at you, but as you like chuck this blade, maybe it's, depth perception is currently off because it only has 2 eyes now. Your blade tears along its abdomen, and all of its guts just pour onto the floor next to you, not on top of you, because you succeeded. Congratulations.
Oh, good.
Thank God. I was just gonna ask, is the blood and guts acidic?
You hear them burning into the floor, so yes, to answer your question.
Ah, yes.
Great.
All right, lowering your weapon, Ogre. Desmond, what do the two of you do?
I want more stress, so I kind of want to do something with a flashback, but I can't think of something.
Okay.
And I could do flashback and think that I brought like an extra battery for the big gun or something, or is that something I can't do?
Those are
I'm not sure how the big gun works.
correct. Yeah, we don't know. We kind of know how it's charged, but we know they're very hard to get. Like, very hard.
Could we flashback to have some men come in with like a flamethrower?
I could flashback to having brought a flamethrower, I guess.
Or would that count as another asset that would be hard to get?
We already had them for clearing out the things, didn't we?
You did have them, yeah. I would say, I'll say if you want another shot from the gun, I say it costs 4 stress, but he needs to load it, and it takes a good second to load, and it can very much be failed. Of course, if you're being attacked. So you can do that, and then Ogre will have to roll to get that sucker in there. If you also want Desmond, you can roll to, not roll, you'll just flashback, basically, to get not a one-use flamethrower, but, a decent one that you guys were able to sneak down here without too much issue. The bullet, if you will cost 4, because that's incredibly difficult to get your hands on. And I'll say the flamethrower costs, I want to say 2.
Do you really need another shot for the big spider now? Or rather, does Ogre want to take it down with his big gun?
I mean, I don't really care. I just want it dead.
It's
Ogre
hurting.
definitely wants to shoot it, but me, I just want it dead.
Sure. Let's just say that I brought a spare pack then, so 4 stress.
Okay, go ahead and take 4 stress. Ogre, since Kim just did a thing, you need to load this thing very carefully, and there's a massive monster approaching you.
And
Oh,
I
boy.
do still have a action left, right? Because flashback is special.
It's something
So
special you want to do?
can I assist him with loading it, I guess?
I would say so, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Speed it up, maybe?
Yeah. We'll say you can maybe help calm him down and help walk him through. You guys have never reloaded this thing before. You've definitely tinkered with it, but you've never seen this kind of weapon before. It's not new, but no one used you've never seen anyone fire this thing. It's entirely new. The blue coats don't use it. No one uses it. So it's definitely a test weapon, if you will. So I would
I'll use
say
my last foresight stack for that as well.
sure, definitely. Let's see. Which stat would you want to roll, Ogre, to reload this thing?
I don't think it would be Tinker.
Wouldn't it?
I don't even know what it would be.
I'm actually thinking
or a
Tinker.
tune?
Well, you're fiddling with a device, yeah.
Tinker or a tune? Actually, no, not a tune.
Because I think Tinker actually makes the most sense, yeah.
Yeah, it does make
Okay.
sense.
Tinker time.
Yeah, Tinker +1. Very much a desperate.
1-1-1-1.
Yes, no, please don't. The effect doesn't matter because you're just loading it. Actually, no, the effect won't matter. Hold up, let's make shit complicated because why not? Okay, I'll give you a clock for this one. And
Good.
I know, right? We'll just call
You
it
can
reload.
also trade things if you want. Make a desperate position and get more effect.
Yeah,
if
there we
you
go.
Want to.
Bingo. All right.
It
So
was already desperate, wasn't it?
So I'm going to make so first I was going to say you do it once, you're good. But let's make it a clock. That's more fun. All right. So it's going to be just standard risky. And if you want, yes, you can push it to great effect and it'll be desperate and it will fill up faster. So fully up to you.
Sure, I'll do that.
Alrighty.
You
For
can also mark
reference,
XP then.
yeah. So for reference, standard effect is 2 pips. Great effect is 3 pips and extreme effect is 5. So obviously if you crit, it'll fill instantly to max.
Away.
Now watch Kim kill it.
Oh no. With the assistance of Desmond, Ogre, you begin to fiddle with this thing, and you're kind of, let's see, we'll say reduced effect, so it goes from 3 to 2, so that way it doesn't damage you, it doesn't break, nothing bad happens. We'll just go reduced effect, so rather than 3 pips, just 2. And it doesn't fire back, doesn't zap you, doesn't shock you. You have to take an extra second, Ogre, and you're sort of realizing on the fly in the field how to reload this damn thing, but it's complicated. It is not a happy, easy to use device. It's definitely meant to be reloaded, but maybe the ammunition that was like purchased is compatible? Question mark, but not fully compatible. You can make it work because you're good enough. And while you're assisting him with that, Desmond, Kim, as I said before, he did succeed on that roll, so Five Eyes is still focused on you. Baby's burning on its back. It is barreling towards you. What do you do?
So this one is much bigger than me, right?
Yes, but it's 3 times the size of a people. He's big. If it were to push its legs completely straight, its back would touch the ceiling.
Oh man. All right. What would Reckless Kim do? All right, Reckless Kim, I'm thinking will finally pull out her cane sword and try to cut off a spider's leg or two.
Dear God, you're insane. Okay.
No, she's reckless.
I mean, we want to make it a bit easier to target, right?
That sounds correct to me. I'm not going to stop you.
Oh God.
All right. So you unsheath your sword cane. You have the power of God and anime on your side. You're going to attack its legs?
Yeah.
All right. I will say it's definitely frazzled, if you will, from that last shot. You can tell that if it did have any like armor, it's still on, but it's definitely damaged. So I will say standard desperate, as you are going toe-to-toe with a creature that is very large. Which you maybe realize as you're walking up to it.
There it is.
Alrighty. Multiple things will happen as you charge towards this particular beast. You can see its fangs dripping. You go to strike, but it sees you coming before you're able to make contact. It doesn't take your weapon from you, but it easily dodges, taking no damage at all as you rush toward it.
I have a quick question.
I have a quick answer.
Would my ghost veil falling off trigger my cloak and dagger skill?
What's that do?
When you use a disguise or other form of covert misdirection, you get a +1d to rolls that confuse or deflect suspicion.
That would have been to the spider you just attacked. The other one, technically.
Okay.
But yes, in the future, yes, definitely. This sumbitch, though, unfortunately, is indeed going to strike down at you now, Kim.
And crit, right?
No, I don't roll.
Oh, okay. Oh, because
Yeah.
I failed.
No, I'll use my mastermind. Is it mastermind?
It
To
is.
special armor protected.
So I will say for free, you don't need to roll anything, Desmond. If you expend that, that will lower this from a 3-tier harm to a 2-tier harm.
Yeah, she also still has her poison resistance, I think.
Correct. So to be clear, what I was going to do is both strip your poison resistance and give you a 3-tier harm, but you using your special armor, Desmond, will reduce it from a 3-tier harm to a 2-tier harm, and you can keep your poison armor.
Oh, the extra layer.
The extra layer of leather you're wearing, yeah. Do you want to go ahead and do that, Desmond?
I mean, that's still going to give her a lot of stress, I think, right?
No, she doesn't have to take any stress.
Okay, yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Yeah, I'm just taking harm.
Yeah, she just takes harm, basically. So the creature will bear its fangs down at you. Do you, like, shout? Do you throw something, Desmond? Do you, like, distract the creature for a moment? Make it miss? Or how are you imagining this?
I guess I'll throw the long coat that I still had on me that was bitten through or poisoned through.
Yeah.
And I'll throw it in front of it, so it's basically trying to bite into her, but it can't because the jacket is in front of it.
I freaking love that. That's awesome. Okay. You throw your jacket, and as this thing bears its fangs at you, Kim, It just goes hurtling through the air, and its fangs catch on the jacket. And you're actually able to like pull your sword up after you swing at its legs and miss, but you're able to like hold your blade in just the right angle that the fangs slide along it, and you can see the poison being expelled like into the jacket, but it completely misses you. The front feet, though, unfortunately, blades drawn, jut out and strike you in the chest, and you can feel it pierce into you, and it flings you back. Your back bounces off the muddy wall. Fortunately, you do not stick today, but your front side do be damaged, though. I'm sorry.
Excellent.
Yeah. I would say that's a deep cut to your ribs.
Oh, boy.
Wait,
Tier 2 harm.
was it a slice or a stab?
A direct stab. It punctured like straight on in. You can call it something else if you wish, but yes.
How about
Punctured
stab wound?
I would
Sure.
puncture lung.
I think punctured lung would be
blood.
a level 3. But close, yes. So it sticks you in the chest, Kim. And as you push back, you can feel your blood begin to flow out, but you're still stable.
For now.
For now, the creature's now looming towards you, Kim, seeing you as the weaker target of the three. Maybe more so annoyed at the jacket than anything else. Desmond Ogre, what are y'all doing?
Well, I have to keep reloading, don't I?
If you want to shoot it, yeah, definitely.
Can I try to reload it instead of him and then have him fire still? Assuming I succeed, which I won't.
Oh boy.
No, Ogre's roll should be lower, right? Because he should be halfway done.
Yeah, he only needs to get a 4 or a 5 to finish reloading it, yeah.
Yeah, my tinker is only 1 though, so
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna have to either push myself, which I can't. Wait, push is 2 stress, right?
Fine, I can.
Yeah, pushes 2 stress.
Correct,
Yeah,
yeah.
which I can't, or I have to get an assist from Ogre, I guess.
I would say
can't shoot it, so there'd be no point, really.
Well, I would say, Ogre, if you like give him instruction on how to reload, after he reloads it, you can instantly fire it.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay. That is indeed a tinker roll. For you, Mr. Desmond, since you're attempting to reload that, you're helping out Ogre, of course. So you add 1 stress. Desmond, add 1 extra die.
What is the devil's bargain?
Good question. Let's see. I'm actually, no, I'll not desperate. I'll put you at risky because it's not looking at you currently. You don't know what you're touching, but you are going to be on limited effect, meaning it can only reload 1 pip unless you fully succeed. Now, if you exchange, go to desperate to standard effect, you'll be good there, and then Devil's Bargain, I can give you an extra die.
That was the plan, yeah.
Yeah. I will say Devil's Bargain. I'll keep it simple. I'll say no matter what, if you get a 5 or lower, so a fail or a mixed success, you'll take 1 harm from getting zapped, which you can always resist, of course. If you succeed with a 6, no zap.
That's a very rough. Oh boy. 3 dice, right?
Should be, yeah, because the Ogre's helping you, and then you get 1 from Devil's Bargain. Yeah, so that should be 3.
Oh boy.
I believe in you.
Luck.
What does harm give me, actually?
If you
Does it
take
give
1
stress as
harm... No, harm will just be 1 level 1 harm, and all that means is whenever you roll, you'll have 1 less effect.
No,
so
I'll take it.
Yeah, the way I'm translating this, because there's 2 slots, I'd say you only have less effect when both of those are filled, because getting a single harm and then everything being reduced kind of feels crappy. It feels kind of like it sucks. So I feel like both need to be filled.
Yeah, sure. So what does it put me at? 3 dice, risky position.
3 dice, risky position, and limited
desperate
effect.
position, I bet.
Yeah, and then if you push up the desperate position, it'll be standard effect.
Time to roll all once.
And then definitely give yourself an experience point.
It has to be an
Tinker.
inside one, right?
Hey! Oh! 226, oh my god.
Yeah,
Devil's
it has to be insight.
You needed it.
That's fine.
Correct, yeah, it has to be within the same stat. Alrighty.
Oh.
So, my friend, you are able to, with the the assistance of Ogre and the absolute focus, help him finish reloading this thing. So I know Ogre said he has to AFK for a second, but the gun is ready, and the creature's moving towards you, Kim. I'm not going to have you take an action, because that could just equal more damage.
Can I assist with another distraction?
You very much can if you want, yeah. It is looking at you, and he's shooting it, so you are in a position to distract it.
I guess I'll toss some knives at its eyes.
Okay.
Do I need to roll for that, or I mean,
No, it's an assist.
Okay,
Just
I'll
one
just
stress.
blindly toss as long as it's
Yeah, you're basically just trying to piss it off. Well,
somewhere in that direction.
yeah, we'll say since you got knocked back this direction, that's where the other spider was, so you're like able to pull the blades out of its skin and then throw it back at it.
Ooh.
You get to shoot Ogre.
I get to
All right.
pew pew.
Ogre, you get to
get
shoot,
2
my
assists.
friend. Yeah, you have 2 assists. You have 1 from Desmond, 1 from Kim. You have great effect and risky position.
Plus 2 dice.
Plus 2 dice. Kim is throwing daggers, and Desmond helped you reload it.
I will also push myself, so 3 dice.
Jesus Christ. All right.
4
I
hit
believe in
ones.
you.
Here we go.
Nah. I believe.
Not like this.
I
It explodes
believe.
and we all just die.
It's a good thing I pushed myself.
Definitely. is.
Yeah.
It is indeed a good thing you pushed yourself. 2, 2, 3, 5.
I like this. When we're doing well, it's usually the first one. And when we're not, it's the last one that we needed.
With this wonderful culmination of blade. Jesus. Yeah, blade throwing Kim. My brain is not upside. Let me just pop my skull open real quick, pull out my brain, and we just flip it around real quick and
Damn.
just kind of. All right.
Did Ogre's gun just fire another Kim throwing blades?
Oh man, that's weird. All right, my brain is it was backwards, guys. I'm sorry, I installed it the wrong way. You know, when you wake up, yeah, it happens. My pillow wasn't fluffed
happens.
properly. Yeah, not a big deal. Anyway, Kim, you dash back, throwing blades at this creature as it is attempting to get those yummy innards you have inside you. It wants them to be out and in its mouth. It's just really hungry right now. You also killed all its kids. Not a good day. Not a good day. Ogre, ready the cannon. You aim at this beast as it presses towards you. I won't say the ammunition was counterfeit, or there's anything necessarily wrong with it, but being loaded in the field, maybe everything not being attuned perfectly, that little zap that it gave you, the reassurance of the power behind this thing, you feel it again, but this time it kind of rips up your arm and it causes your skin to burn. We have no time to look at that, though. We have a spider to kill. So go ahead and take 1 harm, Ogre. I'll say singed skin. I don't think you want to resist that because you have too much stress.
No.
Okay, so just
You
take
have
a...
to roll really high for that.
You'd have to roll, 3, but... Oh, 4. Never mind. Yeah, shit, never mind. Don't do that. So go ahead and take singed flesh as a level 1 harm. But you're able to take this beast down. And my friend, that will indeed be enough damage to fell it. Paint me a gory word picture, please.
Oh boy, so it's like a laser beam, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so is it like a massive laser beam, or can I like aim it
You can aim it.
where I want it to go?
Oh, yeah, you can aim it, definitely.
As it's running at Kim, I like start to fire it and I'm slightly off, but as it's just running at her, it runs into them and it runs into the laser and it chops off all of its legs. And then as it's just sitting there helpless on the floor, I just turn it into like a bunch of spider steaks with the laser beam.
Oh my god, all right.
Just
You
chop
just-
it into pieces.
Yes.
Absolutely fillet this thing. It's about to strike you, Kim. Fangs bared. You know your armor might not save you this time. And its bladed hands get closer and closer.
I will
to
be
you.
screaming.
And as you scream, Ogre's gun fires off and fells this thing. Some of its ichor and viscera sprays onto you. Not the burning kind, just the gross kind. I'm sorry.
Thanks, DM.
You're covered in some of this creature's guts, and it definitely has a very, very potent to it. But all the same, its burning flesh is not doing you any favors either. And looking around, see multiple dead spiders, and hear nothing but the drip, drip, dripping of the tunnels.
As Ogre like cuts off the leg, it kind of scoots forward a bit towards Kim, and as she opens her eyes, it's like staring into her eyes like a half an inch away
Yeah, the
before it dies.
the body of the creature is like literally like a foot from you, Cam, at most. It's a
And
burning
little
husk.
pieces.
I will punch it.
All right, you punch it with a nice, just meaty thwack. Your hand just sticks it across the face and kind of just like a bobblehead. It's just hanging there.
All right. Wipe myself off as best I can, and time for the cleanup crew. And some medicine. Oh, my side hurts. Oh God, am I dying?
You'll be fine.
At least you're not poisoned, I guess.
That's true.
Wait, these things aren't poisonous, right?
They're poisonous.
Oh,
Only in the fangs, though, which you fortunately blocked, Desmond. So good job.
yay.
In fact, I think every poison deck you guys were able to stop or block because you guys brought those suits. Good job.
Lucky.
Very lucky. Well, not lucky.
How
Fine.
dead is this thing actually? Like, how messed up is it?
Ogre?
No, the
I
spiders.
mean,
The big one specifically.
Probably very.
Half of them are like completely burned out.
I said I turned it into like tiny spider steaks. So
Yeah.
it's in many pieces.
Specifically, it's like a head area because I want to harvest all of that poison if I can.
Yeah, you should be able to. All right, and let
I'll
me
flash back to bring some vials and give myself 1 trauma.
That would be depressing. All right. While you're harvesting this thing, Desmond, Kim, when you struck this thing in the face, there was something particular you noticed. It did indeed have 5 eyes, but one of them was not an eye. And as you begin to sort of cut into it carefully, Desmond, you realize that it seems to be a jewel. It's a rather large sapphire jewel, actually, that's wedged into one of its eye sockets. Whatever light from behind it was like semi-illuminating it, but you notice, kind of like thinking back, yeah, one eye wasn't quite as bright as the others. It was in the center, so it was hard to see. The ones surrounding it were, I guess, keeping it lit in a strange way.
I guess I would check the other corpses as well to see if they're normal.
Yeah, I would too.
The others seem to be normal. They're just the regular 5-eye spiders, but this one has a gem wedged into its 5th eye in the middle.
Well, that's weird. How did it get there?
I feel like that's probably a question for our contact to see if he's ever seen it before.
Probably. Is the gem like attached to anything else, or is it like just in the socket of the eye?
It's in the socket, and it looks like the flesh has begun to grow around it.
Weird.
Yeah, like the spongy inner socket of the eye that would normally hold the orbital bit. It looks like it's squeezing onto this gem.
Wow. Kim, got it out.
I will cut it out, yes.
All right, you're able to fairly easily do so.
So in the palm of my hand, how big is this thing?
It fits entirely in the palm of your hand.
How big are Kim's palms then?
I mean, they're probably nice, attractive sizes.
That doesn't explain anything.
You know, not too big, not too small. She definitely has long fingers, for sure.
Penis
fingers. She's a good pianist, exactly.
Yes, penis fingers.
What?
Pianist.
Pianist, not penis, waifu.
I said pianist!
No, you definitely did not.
Yeah, I did too!
Alrighty. And you're able to also wedge this eye fairly easily out and collect some of the creature's poison. Other than that, the 3 of you no longer seem to be assaulted by whatever resides down here. You're able to leave. Albeit a little bloody.
Yes, time to call on the cleanup crew. Like, realistically, would we be able to, like, show off the corpse or something to, like, I don't know, scare someone?
You want to take the head with you?
Something like that.
Sure. I'd say you guys should be able to fairly easily take the head with you. It's pretty big, but Ogre, I don't think you're carrying too much. Or, I don't know who wants to carry the head.
We're just walking over the street with, like, a big spider head.
I'm definitely pressing my wound, so my hands are kind of full.
Sounds good. All right, so the 3 of you are able to bring this dome on back. And you're going to have Amancio look at the gem?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
As well as Richter. Is he has ever seen anything like that before? Also, I'll ask him if he wants the corpses for anything. Otherwise, I'm just going to toss them out, I guess. Burn them.
Yeah. Richter lets you know that he could use... not necessarily the head, you can keep that for funsies, if you will. The corpses, not so much. But he'll take the poison if you want to sell it to him.
Sure.
All right. Does
Kim want to keep any of it, or...?
It is potent, by the way. If you want to keep it for, like, a future heist.
This would probably keep some of it, but, like, how long does it last?
It won't last for ages. I'll say it'll last for a reasonable amount of time. Probably 3-ish scores. You guys can hold on to it for? Maybe a little longer.
I guess he'll hold on to 1 or 2 files.
Yeah, sure.
So everything else.
Yeah, we'll say with what you do sell him, it obviously needs to be purified and like messed with, blah blah blah, all the usual good stuff.
I mean, if he wants to purify it and then give us 1 file or something, then fine with it as well.
Yeah, I'll say like for the charge of all that, for getting all that situated, it'll cost you. Basically, he'll give you guys 1 coin to both purify it, and then give you guys your like cut of it effectively. So you know sure. it'll work perfectly fine. And we'll also say it lasts a bit longer too, so it'll probably last like 4 to 5 sessions now.
Sure.
Basically, you'll have it when you're going to need it.
And I'll keep that in a special cabinet so that I and Kim can use it whenever.
Sweet.
Indeed. And I'm a dumbass because I freaking closed our plan again. I keep doing that. I'm like, yes, perfect. Let me go ahead and close this conveniently placed dingling. All right.
All right.
I'll let you guys know more about the gem in but a moment, but now we're on to downtime. Let me, before I forget, start rolling all the good downtime stuff. So first, we'll start with Egu.
You do it once.
Egg.
And we'll go on to scavenging.
1-2 egg.
And then this one, I reset the timer. This is for train cleaning. It is exactly what it sounds like. They're basically cleaning out all the webs and shit. It's only a 4-tier clock. It should be done literally next time. So very quick. This is them completely cleaning. When I say completely cleaning, I mean going in, taking out the corpses, all the web, all the everything. When they come back, they let you guys know this. Basically, they indeed set up a kind of like a burrow spider setup. You guys have seen like these animals, obviously, like the standard spider used to exist. There aren't too many, if any of them anymore in this world. They've all mutated to absurdly large human and dog-sized versions of themselves. And on average, they are usually the size of a person, not the size of the car that you guys just fought a second ago. So that is definitely something different. Also, they tend to cover it in mud and other things that aren't, while they are sticky, usually the victim, if you will, can step on it and not really know, this is web. That way it's harder to burn because it's wet, and it's harder to see because it blends in with their surroundings. So that's why they were doing that.
Were there any eggs? Spider eggs, specifically.
There were on the Big Mommy. Most of them were burnt off by... Actually, no, you shot her twice. I say they're all gone. You nuked the shit out of her. Gaining... Yeah, it's like gaining the fire bombs. Also give you guys... I think it's just 2 heat. I don't think it's 2 heat per.
Probably.
Tier roll minus heat equals coin in downtime, so we'll do that. So now we are on to downtime activities. We started with Ogre last time. Let's start with Kin this time.
Well, Uncle Desmond's going to take me out, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Boy.
All right, Uncle Desmond. Let's do a one of those plays that you can also eat at.
Sure.
Downtime.
Nice.
Indulge vice. So you can go plus or minus 2, correct?
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
a 3 for me.
3 for you. And then Kim. That should be all of it. 6.
I
plus
just
2.
wasted
You
a
can-
crit success on.
We'll ignore that.
Critical success, you don't have any heat anymore now.
Did you waste it though, Kim? You've been rolling 6s all night.
Well, I don't think I've rolled a critical success though.
I don't think so, but I think your future serve
No.
itself is cursed.
Yeah. Oh no! Please don't say that.
You're down
Next
to
Friday,
0
we're
stress
screwed.
now.
No! Either that or Wednesday. I'm gonna lose the race on Wednesday. Oh dear God.
I hope not.
Oh
No, that's me.
You were rolling really well, so we'll say.
no, I wasn't. I started off good and then I just did real bad.
Yeah, I mean, dice are dice.
All right, so I'm removing how much stress?
6.
6 plus 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So 8 maximum, which is all your stress.
Which is all your stress, yeah.
Yeah, that's all of it.
Excellent. All right. And then Desmond, you reduce yours by 3.
Yeah, I already did.
Perfect.
This was a really good dinner date, Uncle Desmond. Thanks.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, and going out with Ogre next.
Exactly what you want. And your boyfriend.
And thanks.
All right, and then are you an Ogre hitting the streets next?
We're going to the rat races, apparently.
The rat races?
Yep, the rat races.
Beautiful.
I don't know what he wants to do. Ogre, what are you going to do?
I want to gamble. I don't know on what, but I want to gamble.
Sure, we're going to go to the rat races then.
Rat races, hell yeah.
Yeah, the losers get eaten.
There's like a sewer grate where you go down there. There's like an entire theme park, like one of those hurdle races basically for dogs, except it's rats.
Oh my god, the versions of those corgis are hilarious because half the time they just don't want to race. They just stand there.
Mhm.
Great.
Yeah,
All
same
walk
for the
backwards.
rats.
Very cute.
And
All right.
there are no rules, so you can like coke up your rat to make them speedy.
Hell yeah, coked up rat.
Sure,
And if it
we can do
loses,
that.
you get to eat a coke rat.
A Coke rat.
What could go wrong? It's so speedy it goes backwards.
That's my kind of dinner.
Hell yeah, buddy. All right, go ahead and roll me.
Yeah,
to
you
de-stress,
can eat
both
the
of you.
rats. You can eat the losers. That's why I'm going there.
Exactly.
Nice.
All right.
That's
so
still
you're-
a 3.
It is 3. Yep.
That's anywhere between 2 and
2 and 6. That's a crazy range. That's such a good power.
I know, right?
That's so good. I love it.
5, so I'm reducing that to 0.
All right, excellent. So you're at 0,
And now
Kim's
I don't have
0,
any stress anymore.
and Ogre only has 3. That's not bad. That's not bad
I mean,
at all.
it does cost me a lot of my downtime activity though, because I now have 0 while I have my extra left.
Yeah, you got the
That's it.
floater. Ken, did you give yourself the extra money from the end of the mission?
Yep, already done.
All right.
When do you normally roll your what's it called?
Oh, the entanglements?
Yeah, does it happen before or after you get the gold from the?
It happens
Feet.
before. I need to roll now. That's
Okay.
my bad. So you get heat first, and then you roll it up. So we got gang trouble and the usual suspects.
Are we gonna have Amancio sell the sapphire?
Yeah, we're gonna do this first, and then I'll tell you guys what's it's valuable. So
okay, in that case, because we want to gain some rep, right? When
You can show
Amancio
off the
sells it,
heads.
can he? Well, when Amancio sells off the sapphire, can he say, "Yeah, so and so crew got this fighting off a five-eyed spider"?
You know what? I'm gonna give the head to Amancio, and he can like show it off as like the gem holder.
Ooh, yeah.
okay,
Because
Get
we
some
do
rep
we
going.
do definitely want rep, right?
yeah, of course.
I'm not sure what kind of rep we'll get with this, but sure.
I mean, don't mess with us, rep. I guess.
We can
Or
kill
they're
giant
crazy
demon
rep.
spiders.
That's definitely something. I'll let you rep.
You know, the person that buys a gem can choose if they want the head as well.
Are there preservatives in this world?
Technically, yeah, you gotta be probably rich to get them. What are you trying to preserve?
Taxidermy the head.
Yeah, the head. if we're gonna offer it up to sell it, then it should be available to either taxidermy or already taxidermied.
Oh yeah. If you sell it to somebody, then we'll say like having it taxidermy then sold is kind of like one whole ordeal, and then the price will be the price after that. No one's gonna want a raw rotting head. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Why not?
Sure.
I do.
You're special, ogre.
And to up the
Thanks.
prestige, we'll call it like the demon spider gem
Yeah, exactly.
or the spider's eye.
Spicy.
Spider's eye.
All right, the choice between the two entanglements is gang trouble and the usual suspects. One of them is you lose face, which is forfeiting rep. I assume you don't want to go that route.
No.
The other one is you make a fortune roll and you either gain heat, you gain harm, or you just pay the blue coats off with 1 coin.
Let's go with the second one, I guess.
Okay. Do we want to roll and see what happens, or do we want to pay them off?
It's 1 coin. We have extras, right? In the vault?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Clan vault? Yeah, just go ahead and pay him.
Okay, we'll do that.
We
I'll
didn't
subtract,
burn a lot though, but yeah, that's fine.
I'll
We're
subtract
just
that
paying
now.
constantly.
Oh, so
Uh,
the gold
they're
from the
pretty
Triad
rich with all the clans paying them all the time.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I mean, they are the biggest the biggest crew after all. Gang.
Yeah. I have to heal.
All right, so roll heal. That's going to be 3 dice. All right, that should heal for
That's
3
another
pips.
6. Like,
That is technically another 6, yeah.
But I didn't roll that one.
I rolled it for you.
So I got threes.
Yetti is tempting fate for you.
You get 3 pips, so that's not a full heal yet.
Oh no, that means I can't get hit next time.
Correct. You can also spend 1 coin if you wish to roll again. Oh, no, not roll again. You can technically spend coin to either increase the oomph of it, or you can just spend a coin and then do it again. Up to you.
Yeah.
Did I, if I use one of the,
We still have 5 coins left. It's fine.
it goes up 1 pip, right?
You'll gain 2 more pips.
That's fine. So I have 1 pip now because it goes over 1, and then I'm down to 1.
Correct. So that goes down to stitch ribs. And it's only a 1 tier harm. Did you want to heal Ogre or no?
I'll be fine.
Okay. What would you like to use your hand then?
We have the training thing for insight, right? Or it's the other two.
We have prowess and resolve, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, insight's the only one we don't have because we have abilities as well.
Yeah, sure.
Unfortunate. Well, I'm gonna train in insight because I need to up my hunt for this gun.
Alrighty. Oh, you still technically have your floater, Desmond. Do you want to use it on something, or?
Guess I could reduce heat, and then we get more gold. I don't need anything else to do right now anyway, so...
Yeah, you definitely can if you
yeah,
want.
sure. I'll reduce heat, I guess.
All right, roll me. What is your best stat? Consort? Yeah.
Yep. No, consort or finesse, but I don't know how to do it with finesse.
I mean, yeah. Just do some cool card tricks. Hey, yeah, stop chasing us.
Yeah, I'll do like some cartwheels in front of the blue coast.
Exactly. Ooh, do some like YouTube. Oh wow, his hands.
I mean, honestly, considering how big he is, it's pretty impressive, but,
Follow the birdie.
It's a 5. How many is that?
Goodbye, Heat. We only had 2, so.
Yeah.
Alrighty, now we roll tier minus heat. We don't have any heat, so tier is 2. We gain 4 coin. Not bad at all.
Does it really get that strong? Damn.
Yeah, honestly, reducing heat and that, I literally had to go, is that really how it works? But like, I'm pretty sure, because this literally says, because it doesn't say pips, it just says equals coin in downtime. So unless 4 is a 3, because for downtime, a 4 to a 5 is 2 segments, but coin isn't a segment. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's just how much money you get. I could be wrong, and I'm pretty sure that's how it works. If it's not, once again, it's
it does
fine.
Tier roll, so...
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, that makes
I thought
sense.
it was like tier minus heat, which makes more sense because that's only 2 coin. But like,
Right,
to roll,
yeah.
sure, go ahead, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, nani? But it's all good. Anyway, so we got that. Let's go ahead and give ourselves some crew experience. Did we execute a something? Well, espionage, sabotage, or theft? Technically, no.
We stole the gem from the eye.
Yes, did we contend with challenges? Yes, we did. Bolster reputation?
Multiple challenges, I would say.
Yeah, because you guys are selling the head, I would say that does bolster your crew, and you definitely did express your interests. So we'll add an experience point there, and I'll give you the extra one on top of that. And then we'll do experience for 3 of you. We'll start with good old Oogs. The Ogies. Did we address a challenge with knowledge or arcane power?
Kind of?
3 times. Every time you shot your gun, yes.
I would say in general, using the gun was yes, so I'll give you one for that, because really only you could have fired it. Yeah. And then reloading it, that shit was hard, so I'd say yes. Beliefs? All that nonsense?
Yeah.
Did you struggle with any vices or anything?
Not really.
Okay, go ahead and add 3 then. Kim, it's your turn, boo.
Okay.
Did you address a challenge with deception or influence?
Yes.
Did you?
I mean, I was trying to misdirect and distract, right?
Sure.
Yeah, she was misdirecting the big spider at least.
Okay, that is very true. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, background?
No.
Okay. Did you struggle with your issue?
Yes.
I'd say at least twice. You did
Several times.
pretty interesting things. So go ahead and add 4. Plus 1 from the extra. Alrighty. Calculation or conspiracy?
I would hope so.
I would hope so. Beliefs?
Not sure. Don't think so, really.
I don't think so either now. And then do you struggle with your issues, vices? Or
At least once.
At least once, yes. I'll say go ahead and add trace.
Trace?
I think so, yeah. 1 from the first one, 1 from the bottom one, and then bonus?
1 from the first one? Sure. I mean, I used a lot of my random stuff, I guess.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead. I'm going to add 1 more then. Yeah, we'll do 2 there. All right, so we pipped all that. All right, so Amancio looks into this gem a little, and he discovers that it's definitely worth something. Not entirely sure how it got there, but it's definitely, indeed, worth something. We'll say while he was asking around, while he's not entirely able to test it, traditionally, we can call it whatever the hell we want, and he can try to, amp it up a little bit. Might take him a little longer to sell, maybe to prove what it is. But it is something that is known as the Leviathan's Eye. Essentially, it is a sapphire that, if touched in Leviathan blood, will turn impossibly black. If this bloody stone, rumors say at least, is pressed against your forehead, and you are sensitive to the forces at play, you can see what the ocean sees. Maybe through the eyes of a Leviathan, or some other forces. Not entirely sure. This used to be passed around between captains and such, people that were trusted. But, for now, well, been missing and gone.
How the fudge did a spider get it? I'm assuming that spider was old.
That size, yes, very much so. Also, to be clear, there's multiple of these. You guys actually, since you guys are at the docks, you actually do know a captain that claims to have one. It's how he's so successful. There are obviously adverse effects to everything in this world, as it's not something you just slapping my forehead, just like see through the eyes of an eldritch beast. That seems like a good thing you want to do on a Sunday.
I mean, I guess at least we know we can test if it's actually real.
Indeed. But if sold along with the head, you guys can definitely get a pretty penny for it. I would say if you sell the head and the coin, you'll get 6 coin for that, actually. We're all good with that?
I assume Ogre doesn't want to have it or anything, but...
Yeah, totally up to you guys.
Nah.
Alrighty, I'll add...
He might try it out, maybe, but...
Alright, sounds good. I'll add 6 money to your vault.
I would say everyone can add at least 2 of them to their own personal stash, because we're almost full again.
Okay, do you guys want to do that real quick?
Yeah.
Okay,
2 each.
Yeah,
2 each,
add it to your vault. I'll subtract it from the actual vault.
All right.
Very nice. Wow, Kim, you're
Because
close to...
we are still a very, very long way off from actually getting an upgrade. So.
Indeed. So, side note, this is something I read. I don't know how entirely true it is, but apparently, traditionally, when you play this game, getting to Tier 3 is possible. Getting to Tier 4 is not supposed to be impossible. It is just supposed to be very, 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 very hard, and you're definitely not supposed to go past Tier 4. So Tier 2, and like getting up to Tier 3, is kind of like where they expect players to either stop or like settle at. Just in terms of like scope. Which is why it's so crazy expensive after Tier 3. Yeah, I thought the same thing, because we were thinking about the price. We're like, God, that's really expensive. And then I read somewhere that someone's like, they kind of intend you to stop playing at 3, or at least make your crew like just hold at 3 and just chill there. I'm like, that actually makes a lot of sense, because after 4, it gets a little sloppy where your crew's like too big, And if you go out and do something too small, you start losing rep because you guys are basically punching down. I'm like, that actually makes sense too. So makes a lot of sense.
I like how Kim already has enough funds to effectively buy a small house.
I was about to say, yeah, she can almost retire.
I'm really glad I had the skill. The skill is amazing.
Skill, yeah.
It's damn good, yeah. All right, is there anything we forgot? We got everything?
I think so.
Alrighty. I do think that is indeed everything. Awesome. All right. Well, we kind of know what we want to do next week. At least I assume so. But if you want to make a note of that, Kim, that you're going to talk to your boy about the train permit, then we can definitely plan for that. For now, Ogre, your gun is not damaged, but it's very much out of ammunition. It is incredibly difficult to get more ammunition for this thing, but very possible. And you fired it before and reloaded it in the field, so you know a little more about it.
Good.
It's also really goddamn strong.
You'll be able to make your own camo.
It is very strong, to be clear. So I'll say it's stronger than anything you've fired or seen fired in the past, Ogre. So
I would feel like Desmond would have specifically forbade Ogre from test firing in the yard from now on.
What's the problem?
We still got a rat problem, and I want to cook them while I practice.
We're kind of in a hidden base, and this thing would not leave us hidden for much longer.
Alrighty.
It's not like fire it in the air and like a massive beam of light just shoots in the air. The entire town now knows where you are.
Yeah.
How else am I supposed to kill God?
Just keep shooting up. Maybe you'll like summon the sun again.
Maybe.
You shoot at the right angle. You just hit the sun at the right angle and then knock it back into orbit because the sun obviously orbits around our planet.
Find a thing in the water though. Would it like blow the water up, or would it like refract, or would you kill every Leviathan in 100 kilometers square?
It would blow all the water up. It would all instantly evaporate.
All the water would suddenly be gone.
It's reverse Shadowbringers. We're bringing the sun back.
You killed the water, Ogre. No.
Good.
All water is dead. Congratulations. Already. And on that note, we shall pause and meet up with our wonderful individuals next week.